Hi everybody, this is Odd Samurai, and today I'm going to be reacting to The Summer Hikaru Died, episode 7. So, I'm starting a little later than usual, so I'm not going to talk as much as usual for the previous episode. For one, I want to, have dinner on time, but also, I just don't have many new insightful comments. So, the beginning before the opening, we get Yoshiki asking Maki and Achan what they think about this story that is very similar to what happened to Hikaru. And that's a good indicator of what I. Oh well, kinda, yeah. I'd say an indicator of how Maki and Achan would feel if they found out what happened to Hikaru. And while Achan's response saying, ultimately, we can only judge others based on how we see them, at first, it does seem pretty shallow. I think that what it really means for her is that even if the new Hikaru is most, 95% a different person than OG Hikaru, Achan would still treat him the same as she did the other one because of how they look. But at the same time, yeah, she wouldn't treat him as his own person as much as Yoshiki has. But at the very least, it's because she sees a part of her friend there that she was more willing to be more understanding of Hikaru. Yes, we still have the whole thing with her grandma, but I think this was an early sign that Achan wasn't really gonna treat Hikaru different, even if she found out that he was let's say, very affected by the supernatural. Whereas Maki seems to be like, well, no, he's not Hikaru, therefore I couldn't treat him as a friend. That could be wrong, after all, this is just them thinking of a hypothetical scenario, but yeah, I wonder. I mean, Achan now, she's kind of like, I'd say she's close to the truth, but not quite. So she thinks that a ghost is possessing Hikaru, but Hikaru, as far as I can tell, she thinks that OG Hikaru is still inside there. So, and Yoshiki is gonna let her keep thinking that. For one, is the less complicated solution for now. But at the same time, it's better that she thinks that than, just try and convince her that it's the same Hikaru from before he got lost in the mountain. Like, she can just tell. Also, I liked, continuing with Achan, I'm just gonna, skip all the way when we see her flashback. Yeah, so Grandma can see them but not hear them. And Achan can hear them but not see them. There's a line specifically that Grandma says that I wanna look back. People's souls cross over when they die, but eventually return to our world. It's all part of the cycle of life, death, and rebirth. Yeah, it's, similar as much of an alive human can understand the way that Hikaru sees death and life. And she tries to explain it to little Achan, and of course she doesn't understand it. But I feel like that really helped to shape the way that she sees supernatural beings. As well as, of course, Grandma also telling her, like, you can't assume that their world is bad and ours is good. Like, it's just not that black and white. There are some that, you should be wary and are scary, but, it's not all of them. And even if there might be a reason why they are like that. So she, because of that connection with her grandma, she was already open to try and see Hikaru in a better light. Give him a, what would you say? She was already willing to hear him out, basically, and believe the best of him before anything could happen. And even when she wakes up, she's worried about him. And I'm not fully sure if she saw the, substance that comes out of him. But that might have been why she asked. And I like that the last scene we see Achan in, she's once again just worried, not scared. And she's like, can you tell Yoshiki that I hope he's okay? And Hikaru looks visibly relieved by that. So yeah, I hope Hikaru and Yoshiki can have a better conversation about how Hikaru sees dying and living, because like I said last time, he was very defensive about the whole thing. And trying to see it from his perspective, which is the one we stayed on, it really makes a lot of sense why. But, going back to Yoshiki's, it's like, no, it's both, it's really very valid from both of them, the way that they reacted. But, like, yeah, Yoshiki now knows. Well, I mean, he has the correct assumption that Hikaru killed Matsuda, and he almost killed Asako. And he can't understand why he's the exception. And even Hikaru has a hard time understanding himself. Like, there's something about Yoshiki that is special to him, whether it's alive or dead. But, even he's like, well, but, keeping him alive, is that really coming from me? Or is it from the old Hikaru? Regardless, they both really cared about Yoshiki, but in very different ways. Depending on, the person that each Hikaru is or was, that shapes the way they see Yoshiki. But I think it's important to note that at the very least, Hikaru did hesitate at first when he was freaking out and like sweating, and Achan asked like who he is, and he was like, oh shit, what do I do? And even said like, oh, I didn't mean to, I just kind of acted on instinct. So that's, you know, at the very least, a little something to hold on to. But yeah, when it really sinks in to Yoshiki that Hikaru killed Matsuda, that red coloring around Hikaru comes back. The shame that Yoshiki feels about being so close to Hikaru, even though he's, you know, not human and doing some pretty bad things. But, you know, he's been letting him because of all the complicated feelings that he has for him and what his presence does to Yoshiki. But it seems like he's not gonna be able to avert his eyes to the things that Hikaru does. And, you know, when he feels threatened. Also, he found a note by, I'm pretty sure, Oji Hikaru. So I'm hoping there's some communication there and he'll bring it up to him next episode. We did not see Tanaka this episode, so once again, I'm concerned about how much closer he'll get to finding Nonuki-sama. Since, yeah, he has the bell chasing him. Okay. Give me a second. Okay, so let's get started with next episode in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Doo-doo. Oh, we're gonna see what Yoshiki was thinking after he left Hikaru's house. Whoa. Oh man, okay. We were just shown, but we don't get to actually hear what he was thinking. Oh, so awkward. Oh, they haven't seen Yoshiki's like eyes up close. I mean, it's not the responsible thing to do, but I think they do need to ditch school to properly have a talk. Also, I noticed that the first time we see Yoshiki's dad smile was talking to Hikaru's dad, so yeah, it seems like they've been long-time friends. Mata aeru nara, kono sake wa ishun. もう一度の隙は忘れて全部覚えていこう。目を閉じ合うたびまぶたで刺して君が消えるならまたどこで争う。Oh, that's what they've been practicing for the whole season, I think. Chan and Yu-chan. She's really distracted. I wonder if she's hearing something supernatural. We did see something near the school last episode. What am I watching? Random rap by Maki? Oh, they're taking a train. How far are they going? It reminds me of the ending. Yoshiki's demeanor is making me uneasy. Oh, Yoshiki's dad. I would recognize the eyes for sure. Oh, he laughed. So he can do that. Just not with his family. Oh, the big line dividing them in the middle. Oh. We're back to this. Why is he apologizing? because he still wants to keep Hikaru despite knowing that, you know, he's a killer. Oh, I really like scenes of two boys on a movie date, but I'm still anxious. I feel like something is gonna happen at school, and that's why we keep um, switching to it. Ooh. We're getting the song as background for other... just what Yoshiki's family is doing, and himself. Oh, look at him, he's sparkling. I'm... The lyrics might be important, so I'll look at them closer in the discussion. I like this. Oh. Oh! Those little figurines are in the opening. Well, we know how Yoshiki feels about being called that. Um, I'm worried, I'm concerned. Yep. Oh. This whole episode feels very melancholic. Whoa. Oh. That's the kind of promise that you say but don't actually get to make true. Those are the vibes I'm getting. Look at Yoshiki hiding himself under the banks. Oh. That smile didn't seem that genuine. I don't know, maybe it was, but it just looked very tired. Like there was a lot of resignation in it. There's something about the lighting here. Maybe nothing is gonna happen. Everything has me on edge this episode. Is the way that I think they're framing Yoshiki's the way he's been acting. Oh. Yoshiki? Yoshiki? What are you doing, Yoshiki? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, it is what I was dreading. Now this is what it got spoiled over. Shit! Fuck. But you're Hikaru's idiot! Oh. 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 Oh my god, we get the song with Hikaru's VA? Okay. Oh, is that Yoshiki? As if I didn't suspect this song was from their POV. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay. Uh, give me another second. Okay, so even though I was spoiled about Yoshiki stabbing Hikaru, I had no clue what the context could be. Now that's what I was thinking might happen when they were just, you know, when Yoshiki was like, let's ditch. And then they're in the train. And then they were like talking about the ocean. I was like, oh no. What if that's, you know, what this is leading to? But like when Yoshiki called his mom and he was apologizing. At first I was like, oh, but why would he apologize? Is it because he's choosing Hikaru over them? Like maybe he wants to run away with Hikaru? That's what was going through my mind. But I wanted to keep waiting until saying something. And then they went back to Yoshiki's house. But that just, you know, even though, like, in my mind I was like, why would he bring him back to his house to try and kill him? And now my guess is that Yoshiki wanted to be caught had he killed Hikaru. That's why he did it there. And yeah, like he would take it upon his hands to kill Hikaru so that he wouldn't kill someone else, you know? take responsibility from Yoshiki's point of view. Take Hikaru's burdens and shoulder them all in that way. Like he was completely ready to be labeled a murderer. Sorry, I can't pronounce the word well, but to be pronounced as a killer. And be seen by that, like that, by everyone else. But man, did that hurt. Like those sequences when we see, like, Yoshiki, getting his hand into the bag, getting the knife, and then we just keep cutting to black. And then we see Yoshiki basically thrusting the knife forward in a very, like, in a black and white animation, very sketch-like. Oh yeah, that hurt. Like he was actually willing to kill Hikaru. Like, yeah, Hikaru has killed at the very least one person since Yoshiki has known him, and he wants to stop him from killing others. But it's still like, just quite the shock to actually see him be capable of doing that. Like he actually had it in him to kill Hikaru. But the thing is, he was also very willing to die himself, because he just could not, like, the guilt was just way too much of just continuing to be Hikaru's enabler, basically. And he even says, like, I thought I could teach you to be different. But yeah, it seems like he was before Hikaru showed how much he wants to still be with Yoshiki, he was about to give up on Hikaru and himself. Yeah, wow. Sorry, like, this episode is a lot. So actually, before I forget, let's take a look at the lyrics of the song. But let's look at it from when it's playing in the montage earlier in the episode. Sometimes, somehow, winter melts into spring. That night sky will become dawn tomorrow. Yes, it's a very hopeful song. Pour all of your wishes onto a flock of clouds and send it away toward an unknown future. And in this, we have the visuals focusing on Yoshiki and Hikaru. Without a sound, keep dreaming that dream. And secretly, keep seeking what you seek. Secretly, huh? Like Yoshiki and Hikaru are still gonna try and seek a way for them to still be together without letting anyone else know. Even if that glow from the past, the OG Hikaru, fails to reignite towards the future, this pounding in my heart, now, Joey, dear friend, see that gleaming shadow of our days and chase after it. Whoa, dear friend, imagine that wandering soul. Never forget, keep chasing onward. Okay. Yes, I think this is basically what Yoshiki tried to give up on. But considering we have it as the ending of this episode, literally sung by Hikaru, I think this is like, you know, basically a renewal of Yoshiki's determination to believe that this can work. And it can only be done because Hikaru's just, or not just, I'd say has even more strength to fight for it. Like, oh my god. Like, the way that Hikaru was just pretty much having a mental breakdown over, like, you know, does he kill Yoshiki or does he not do it? Because, well, yeah, as we've seen, Hikaru thinks that he would be more beautiful, you know, as a soul without a body. But, yeah, is this really what Yoshiki wants? Or is he just saying that because he doesn't see a path to happiness right now? Like, killing Yoshiki wouldn't help him. It would just prove that there really was no future between them like this. And just the pure, like, devotion that Hikaru has towards Yoshiki is something else. He tore off half of his being and said, I'm giving it to you. Like, if that's not, like, the most crazy but most like loyal demonstration of love that I've seen in a story recently, then I don't know what it is. He's literally, you know, putting his heart on the table and saying to Yoshiki, here it is, it's all for you. You can just take it and do whatever you want with it. I just don't I want you to stay here as you are. If you want me to stop killing people, I'm not sure I can stop, but this will make it so that it won't come as easy to do it. Like, it's basically a lion choring off its fangs and its teeth and, you know, nails or whatever, and be like, here. Why would you do all that for me? And I love, like, I love the way that Hikaru explains it. I don't think I can elaborate anything more on that. He did a pretty good job. For the first time, I felt like somebody needed me. I felt like I was allowed to be here. Oh my goodness, that really hit me emotionally. Like, yeah, Yoshiki is, yeah, the world to Hikaru. He's his home. There's no point. On being here, on trying to be human anymore if Yoshiki's not by his side. And even though Hikaru, I don't think, can truly understand right now, yeah, what the meaning of life is to humans. He's definitely trying a lot right now for the most important person to him. Yeah, we're looking at totally separate worlds. I love that kind of stuff though. You know, two people that really you'd think that would not work together because of how different they are. Like, literally. Like, it's making me think of, like, Beastars, Legoshi and Haru. Something along those lines. But if they really try, they put in the effort and try to understand one another, despite what the world at large tells them that this, you know, it will never work, that it's unnatural, and yet they still want to. Because, you know, that's just how love is. It doesn't have to make sense. And of course, this is the added complication of Hikaru looking like, you know, someone, like the most important person to Yoshiki. And until very recently, he wasn't able to properly grieve him. But yeah, it's basically a promise to each other. For better or worse, they're sticking with each other. Even if something inside me breaks. Yeah, so it's never been, but it's definitely not gonna end up being like, you know, a healthy relationship. As we see Yoshiki's eyes get darker and with a lot more shading. But even if it's not good for him, there's no other place he wants to be. But yeah, if you still want to stay in despite of that, we should at least try and figure out what you are. And even though what he says, it sounds like, yeah, you know, there's some progress. Just the imagery and the lighting there is very I'd say not very welcoming. Like, it just makes me think in this journey, Yoshiki's mental state is only gonna keep going down and down. Will it truly make him happy to go down this route? Probably not. But this is where he wants to be. And he wants to take his chances. After all, it was kill Hikaru or him dying, so, you know, very big extremes. Now there's no turning back. They'll full on mix with one another and there will be no separating. So, yeah. Wow. Quite the episode, huh? I feel like there was some stuff that I didn't talk about. But I feel like I talked about what captivated me the most. And then we'll see what I have to say next week. But until then, this is it. If you like my reaction, please like and subscribe. Till next time, see ya.